Hello and welcome to class. I wanted to show you a little around how to navigate my Blackboard shell and hopefully kind of introduce you to what I think is how I've designed it to be best interacted with for your success. So first of all, to get to our courses in general, you can get there from a KCTCS website and go to My Path and Blackboard that way. Or you can go directly. You'll notice along the top here in the address window, you can get there directly at elearning.kctcs.edu. So that's another way. So there's multiple ways to get to your Blackboard shell. But once you're in Blackboard, you should see your current classes. If you do not, go to the drop down and you can look at your different semester courses. So I think your default shows current courses, but if not, then you can use the drop down to find that. So I'm going to show you around your Applied Math online course. So when you open that, this is what my screen looks like from my instructor view. And you'll see down the left-hand side, there's some icons. But I don't use a lot down this side. I just want to point out a couple of biggies, though, that I really do like and use. One is this Blackboard Collaborate. It's a very handy place for us to meet. It's a way almost like in-person experience where you can join a session, then click Course Room, and voila, we'll just be there together. Now, I'm not there 24/7, but if you send me an email and say, hey, I want to meet in the course room, then that's as simple as it is. You just click on Course Room, we go there. Sometimes it'll be just you and I, or it could be multiple classmates. We can do a tutoring session there. So it's just this really handy place. Let me also demonstrate along the bottom of the screen. The defaults have the video to where you cannot see the person. And then the audio where you cannot hear the person. So if you want to be very quiet in the room, those are your two things, and it is defaulted. But I hope to see you so that you'll unclick that. And of course, if we're going to talk, you're going to have to unmute that. So if you have a webcam, and I encourage you to ensure that you do have a webcam so we can interact that way, and then a mic, which is usually, those things are built in if you're using a laptop, but otherwise, you may have to add those onto your computer desktop. All right, so let me get back out of that. Skip. It always asks me how I'm feeling. But anyway, so let's say we're back out of that. Let me get back to the course here. Okay, so back over in the courses, that was open in a new window. Back over into the course. The other main thing down the left-hand side is the announcements. So I feel like I need to do a better job of informing my students of this. A lot of my students ask me questions that are in the announcements. So I don't know if we just forget after time, after the course gets going, and you get used to just kind of doing your own thing. But try to remember to look in the announcements for some frequently asked questions. Anything that's happening in the course, I'll send a weekly update for one thing. You should expect some sort of announcement email from me every week just to check in with you. So I will store those in announcements. So I've got a few things there right now, and I'm going to add more before the course gets started, but you should always be able to look back at anything I've said on email. I'll always copy the email as an announcement, so they're all kind of gathered there for you to look through. So that's really the only two things along that left-hand side. Then, which I think this is why maybe we forget to look there, is because I only use two things there. Then all of the course material is down this middle column. First of all, in the course information, start here, all the nuts and bolts of the course. In every module, you'll see a module overview, a method here that I have in the design. Every module has an overview telling you why it's important, what you need to do in that module, the activities, the due dates, and some other just summary of what was happening there. And then you'll see all the things that it mentioned. And then there's a wrap-up, so just to kind of let you see kind of the bookends of what was happening in that particular module for that week. So that's one place you'll see the due dates, among other places. Some things are redundant in here, you'll notice. But again, I expect you to go through each one of these little pieces and see what's up with that, and that's kind of your startup. Read your syllabus, then there's a syllabus quiz. So notice you can click on the syllabus quiz, and it takes you into a new window. This is your My Labs window. Let me move this over. My Labs window, and you can start this quiz. You can take it unlimited times, so if you don't get 100% the first time, start it over. I will expect you to do that. Let's see what else you need, and they all have due dates there as well. Of course, you need to read that syllabus, and there's a course calendar in this link as well. I recommend you print this off if possible, if you have access to a printer, or download it to your computer you're going to be using most often, as a handy place to keep organized. So it tells us a week-by-week pace, what's expected. At the end, it has what's due every week, what the due date is. So you do take the syllabus quiz by the first Friday, but why not take that on the first day? You know, just do that just as soon, get on that just as soon as you can. Take your syllabus quiz to show that you're involved, engaged, and then the first assignment is due, the first module is due that Monday. Most things are due on Mondays. This is kind of an exception to that rule, but most things are due on Mondays. You'll see Monday down through the list. Let's see if there's any exceptions to that. Yeah, right here. The midterm study guide and tests. Way down the list when you get to October, that's on a Friday. And I'll remind you, of course, I send you that weekly reminder of communication and announcements and email. I'll be telling you that. But otherwise, Monday. And then lastly, when we get to the end, there is a final a study guide and exam, and that's due on a Wednesday of finals week. So all the due dates and information you need are listed there in that handy dandy place. And then, of course, the syllabus with the general rules of how the grading is figured. All right, let's see. Another thing I want to tell you, this My Lab Math, that's where most of your, that's where all of your assignments, grades, and your textbook, all the links are in this tab. Now, they're also like above here when I clicked on syllabus quiz, you can get there by the individual linkings, but this is another handy place where you can see all assignments, everything for the whole course. So I wanted to show you that. It's in a new window. It's a different platform that you move out to. So there's that syllabus quiz, and it has the due date on it, and then 1.1, so on and so forth. So all the due dates there you can see. That's another way to find the assignments. Also, there's the textbook. You can click on that and see your textbook and some other things. The study plan is optional. There's some optional helps in there, but that's the main two things in that link that we use. Then I pulled this out of that link just so you'd see the grade book. That's a very important feature, of course, the grade book. You can always see your current grade in this course. Open that other window. It shows you, like if I've clicked on anything, I was playing with the syllabus quiz and trying some other things, so it shows how I performed on that. And then you can review it. You can look over your past results, see what you missed or want to remember. So remember that's available to you. It shows how you're doing on your homework, your quizzes, your tests, and then it shows your overall points and your overall grade. 100%, yay! So that is there for you. At any time you should be able to know exactly where you stand in the class. Okay, then we get to the actual content, involved in the content, and they're laid out by weeks here. And before you know it, we'll be to Christmas, final exam. It just comes along so quickly once we get going. And like, my life is moving too quickly. Stop going so quickly. So time is moving too fast for me. I don't know about you, but and sometimes you want it to go fast, like to get through the work. Maybe that's a good thing. But it does seem like it goes by quickly once you get started. So week 1 in every module. Did you notice that it drops down? You click it and it expands. And like I said earlier, every module has an overview to let you know what to expect. Then here's the stuff, and then to wrap up what you should have done to finish that week. Okay, so in this one, we'll notice that we have notes and videos. So just as if you were in person, we've got this platform that I've got all the lectures recorded for every section I would cover as if you were in class. And sometimes I have some practice problems from your homework and additional videos, but the main ones you'll see 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, those are the sections we cover. Sometimes it's in 2 parts because YouTube only lets me do 15 minutes per video. And then you have notes, Chapter 1 notes. If you click here, like this, download the original file. It goes to the corner of your screen, and then you can save that and follow along, or print it if you are more of a paper pencil person. If you want it to keep in a notebook, I recommend that as well. So there's practice problems for you to do as you go along through the instruction. So I encourage you to follow that format with me, and that's pretty much what we do for all the sections, for all the modules. So you have your notes, your videos, take good notes, then you start the homework. Now you might just want to do 1.1 and then do the homework, and then go back up and do 1.2, then do that homework. That's another option. Or just listen to all the lectures at once. That's kind of up to you. But then there's these individual links that take you out to the MyLabs platform, and there's your homework. Or you can go, remember up here in MyLab, you can get to all the assignments there as well. So either one will work. But the individual linkings are here too. Then you have a quiz and a wrap up. And that's week 1. Week 2, it kind of looks, that is my pattern. Okay, and you can work ahead. So you can, if you have a week where you have a little extra time in your life and you feel like you've got a chance to get ahead, always feel free to work ahead. Just do watch the deadlines, stay ahead of the deadlines. As part of the syllabus, you'll read in there that you can't ask for 1 deadline extension for the whole semester. So really do watch that. Save that, and hopefully don't use it at all. Just always be ahead of the game. And but I know life sometimes does happen, so but just be mindful of the time, and hopefully I've got time built in here to where you can work ahead at some points. All right, so I think that's everything I can think of at the moment. I'll be popping in, here and there. If you think of questions, of course, please feel free to contact me. The best way to contact me is by my email, cindy.shelton@kctcs.edu. Now, we do have this thing, messages, right here, and I don't have a handy way to see those on my smartphone, so I don't always see those till days later, so I don't get as fast of a response to you if you use Messenger. So I ask that you avoid that and send me just an email. Send it directly through email. I'll be able to respond faster to that. If you do forget and send it in messages, I will eventually get back to you. But if it's been 24 hours and you haven't heard from me, just know that you might need to send me an email and remind me, or give me a phone call. Anyway, I wish you all the best of success and welcome you to this class.